Hello everyone, welcome to Chasing Adventures. Today we're going to install a trailer hitch harness on the 2025 Honda Pilot Trailsport. Alright, so the Trailsport does come with the trailer hitch, but Honda decided to leave out the wiring harness and made it into an optional towing package, which includes the wiring harness and the ball mount. And I already have the ball mount, so it didn't make sense to add the towing package when I was purchasing the Pilot, which I think the wiring harness should have came with the vehicle to begin with. And Honda could have just sold the ball mount as an accessory, but they didn't. So we're going to be installing that today. And I got the harness at my local dealership, and the part number is 08L91-T90-100. And I paid $286.84 including tax. Now, I could have ordered this online from like College Hill Honda at a lower price, but I need this harness like yesterday because some of you guys might know already if you also follow me on Instagram, but we purchased a 22-footer RV trailer. Now, we had no intention to purchase one this soon, but we went to Ultimate RV Show that was presented by Camping World, and they offered a smoking deal at the RV show that we just couldn't pass up. So I need to install this wiring harness on the Pilot now so I could pick up my trailer. Anyways, I'll make a separate video about the trailer and how the Pilot handles it. And of course, the wiring harness didn't come with the installation instructions, but quick online search, you'll find it. Or I'll leave it in the video description for you guys. And by looking at the instructions, we have to remove the rear bumper, which I really don't want to do. So I'm going to attempt to install this without removing the bumper. But you do get everything necessary to install it. And this has the 7-pin connector, so we could control the brake controller to the trailer. So first thing first, we need to remove this cover and this cover here, which should be really simple to do. But first, maybe I need to remove everything in here, but I think that should be okay. So first, this part, it's held on by clips. So I think you could just put your hand down here and then start just pulling it out. There we go. There we go. See, that was easy, right? Because it's held on by these clips. So just pull it out. Oh, and I just noticed this, now that I pulled it out, there's a little pocket in here too. I didn't know that before. And then we need to remove this panel by twisting these locks, pulling it out. And now we could access the wires in here. So grab your wiring harness. Oh, before we do this, we have to disconnect the car's battery just to be safe. And that's easily done by removing this air box. And these are held by rubber grommets, so just pull it out. And this is the negative terminal. So grab your 10 mil, loosen the bolt, and remove the terminal. There we go. Now we could go back there and mess around with the wiring. So at this point, this is where we remove the rear bumper. Again, I don't want to do that, so let's skip through all this step and start from where we install the harness. Okay. So you get two brackets. The one that's shaped like an L is the one that's going to go inside here. Okay. And the correct position looks like this. Okay, and this is gonna go right on here like that. And just grab the supply bolt and bolt it down. So it's the 18 by 16 millimeter flange bolt. I'm just gonna bolt it right on here. Okay, and just grab a 12 mil and start tightening it. Okay, so next, grab the wiring harness. So first we need to insert the relays onto the fuse box here. And then this will go in here underneath. So here's the relay. Doesn't matter which one you use, just make sure it's oriented correctly. So those two relays are in. And then this plug will go underneath here, which is kind of hard to do because you're going in blind, but there is a connector way up in here. There we go. Okay, so you heard that click in, right? Okay. Okay, and now there's these push tab pins all over the wiring harness. So just kind of simply put it into the opening. There we go. Okay, and this box will slide onto here. Like that. And then the wire that's coming out of this box will get hooked onto this opening. Yeah, and then this main wire will get hooked up to the plastic panels here. Like that. Okay. And then feed the wire through this opening here, right below this plastic panel piece. There we go. And then this gets pushed in here. This goes here. And then this part, or this plug, gets connected to that. And then this box gets connected to this pin. Okay. And then we're going to use this bracket to mount this. There we go. Now the fun part. So in order to mount this, we need to remove the bumper to mount the brackets to hold this. Now, like I said, I don't want to remove the bumper, so I'm going to attempt this without moving the bumper. So first I need to remove this cover, and it's held with 2 screws down here. So just remove those screws and this should pop right out. There we go. And I got asked a lot about this because this is plastic dipped. I actually plastic dipped the silver trim piece around this, and it's holding up great. You know, the screw was tightened against this plastic piece, and as you can see, there's minimal wear, and this one actually doesn't have any wear. So yeah, I highly recommend plastic dip if you want to make your trim look black. So let's move that aside. And if we go under here, you'll see that this is where the bracket is gonna mount to. So we could mount the 7-pin connector out here. Okay, and to make things a little bit easier, I think I have some room here, but I'm just gonna undo this tab to give me some little more wiggle room. There we go. Yeah, that should be fine. Or maybe this bolt too, this 10 mil. Let's get that removed. So now I have plenty of room to play around with. Okay, so this basically will go on here like this. Perfect. So just grab the nuts, or just grab the bolt and start tightening it. Again, I'm going in blind. I can't see anything, but this is much easier than taking the bumper out, in my opinion. There we go. Screw this one in. Now this is going to be a little bit tricky. Let's get the extension out and see if I could tighten these bolts. Yeah, if you have a bigger hand, my hands are kind of small. If you have bigger hands, I think it might be easier to just take off the bumper. But you could surely try it, because taking the bumper could be a hassle. Or I think for the upper bolts, it's easier to bring down the tire. So let me try that, because I'm trying to ratchet down, but it's actually hitting the tires and it's getting in the way. getting in the way. So as you can see with the tire down, plenty of room. So with the tire removed, oh my God, there's so much room. Yeah, so you don't need to take out the bumper. I would say just remove the tire or the spare tire and you're good to go. Okay, the bracket is on and I believe there is a rubber grommet you have to remove in order for us to feed the wire. Just look at where that might be. Oh, it's right here. Yeah, so it's right here. Okay, so now let's get out and install the 7-way hitch pin and then we should be good to go. Oh, and then run the wires and connect it up there and we're good to go. Okay, so now we're gonna mount this onto the bracket. So first just feed the wire in and then this has to go in like this and out. Come on, there we go. All right, perfect. Okay, so grab rest of your nuts and bolt. And there's two different size of holes. So on the passenger side, we're going to use a shoulder bolt. So that has this little groove on the bolt. And that's gonna go right on here like this. And then the regular 6x16mm bolt is gonna go onto this side. And then just grab your nut and just tighten it. And then same thing on this side. And just bring it down slightly so it doesn't touch the trim piece. Okay. Perfect. And then we just have to feed the wire through that hole. And then this wire will get looped around this bar. And then we'll feed the rest of the wire into the hole. Oh, and I wanted to show you guys. There is already a rubber grommet to cover the hole after inserting the wiring harness. Then we'll just put the bolt back on here and the tab. Push it back in. Good. And we're all done down here. And this is the wire that just came out of this hole. Let me connect it first. So I'll connect it here. And this ground wire will go right here. So grab the ground wire bolt and screw it onto the chassis. Perfect. And close up this hole. And then now we have to bring up the spare tire. And then this should slide right in and snap back on. Okay, just line it up. Okay, and then give it a little push. And it should snap back into its place. Good, so we're all done here. And there's one more thing we need to do, and that is to put these fuse into the fuse box. So this 30 amp block fuse goes into the spot way at the end, and then 2 right in the middle. And these are to control the 7-pin hitch connector to power the lights, blinkers, and brake controller. So 30 amp goes up here, and then 220 amp goes in here. And then that's it. And connect the negative terminal back onto the battery and then put the air box back in. So just line up this air box with this hole, this opening here. And put that in first. Okay. Then line up these holes and just push it in. Make sure that's in, and we're all done. Now there's one more thing, and the kit also comes with the trail brake controller wire connections. So the Pilot is already pre-wired to have the brake controller connected to the car. So you plug this into the pre-existing plug underneath the dash and connect the wires to the brake controller. Now, most modern brake controllers nowadays, if you buy one for the Honda Pilot, it'll come with this plug too. So all you have to do is just plug and play. But I'm not going to be using this because I got Kurt Echo Mobile brake controller. Now, this is cool because it has built-in Bluetooth and it connects to your phone through their app, and you can control the brake controller with the app on your phone. Another good thing about this is that you know, something like this being wired to the car is a permanent thing. You have to drill out a hole for the switch, and you have to mount the controller somehow. But with this, there's no drilling involved. Just connect it like you would connect the trailer hitch wiring to the Pilot, and then connect the trailer's wiring harness in here. And I could take this and use it in multiple cars, you know, so as long as they have a 7-pin connector with the brake controller, you know, I could take this to a different car, use it to trail that, or if I switch the car later, you know, this is all I need to take out. So that's why I got this. So all you really need to do is connect this in here, like so, and then connect the trailer's wiring harness into this part. Oh, and you also have this rubber tie-down strap. So basically strap it on so it doesn't fly out, and then connect the trailer hitch wiring into this. And now once I power the vehicle, we should see a green light. So let me try that first to make sure it's working. Okay, see that blue light blinking? So that means it's ready to connect to your Bluetooth. And just download one control app by Leaper and install that. I'm gonna have to register first. So go through this process. So once you register and log back in, there's a couple of different options for different parts you could actually use this with. But the one we're going to pair is the Echo. So pair device, grant notification, yes, allow, scanning, boom, it found it, connect, done, pairing successful. Okay, so now we have 5 different trailer profiles. So you could have multiple trailers and set each one of them to the correct setting, or you could add a custom trailer. So I don't have anything on right now, so let's just finish it and see what happens. So yeah, so once it gets connected to the RV trailer that I've got, then I could go ahead and you know, put the information and all of that in here. So, and you could control the brake sensitivity, and there's a manual brake manual override and all of that. So yeah, this is really good. It's convenient for me because, you know, again, if I trade in my car or get something else, I could just take this out and I don't need to buy a separate brake controller for every single car. Now, one thing that I wish Honda could have thought this thing a little better is when you're not trailing, I wish you could put the cover back on there, but they didn't. So that was quick and easy way to install trailer hitch harness on your Pilot. You know, no need to remove the bumper, you know, just lower the spare tire and you have plenty of space to work around with. And we're picking up the trailer tomorrow, so I'm pretty excited about this, as this will allow me to bring the whole family to go camp, and we could camp in comfort in any type of weather situation. So I'm looking forward to that. So that's all I have for you guys today, and I hope this video was helpful. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me anytime in the comment section and I'll get to you as soon as possible. And if you made it this far, please like and subscribe and share this video or any of my other videos to someone who could also benefit from it. So thank you all for tuning in today, and until next time, keep chasing adventures, and I'll see you all on my next video.